use it in the dashboard while you're creating or editing your campaign. And lastly, we're using our data. So we know, because you ran campaign with us, we know which creatives work for you, and we can create creatives based on that. We can also use our guidelines and other methods to create the right title for you. So it's not just that we generate everything for you. We do that based on the data and based on our recommendations. So I'll hand the screen over to Aviv so he can show us the demo.
Thank you very much, Benny. Can you hear me well, by the way? Yeah, okay, perfect. So just Benny, let me know also that you see the screen.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Awesome, perfect. So basically what we're going to go over in the next couple of minutes is we're actually going to do some hands-on on the dashboard itself, understanding how to access these tools. And there are various tools that we'll go over. And again, if you have any questions, please write them in the Q&A and we'll make sure to address them. So the initial screen that we're seeing right now is our media library. Basically, when you go into your campaign and you create new content, you arrive at the new content page and the media library is there for you to click, just a button called library. It opens up basically this little drawer that combines all of the different imagery you have for this account and also for other accounts that you have attached to the user. What we're gonna go and do now is we're gonna upload a new image that we have, and we're on purpose, we're actually gonna upload a banner. So as you might know, we're talking about native advertising, and in most cases, these banners don't necessarily adapt to the screen in terms of the ratio. And so we're going to use our tools to actually basically make that banner adapt to native advertising ratios and also use them in certain AI tools. So first and foremost, we're gonna, oh, there we go, fail to upload. Lovely. Let's just do it from here. Okay. So basically, we've uploaded our image. And what we'd like to do is to, let's say, expand image to fit, right? We have the ratios that we talked about that they don't necessarily fit. We're using basically AI to actually make the image fit. Right now, we're basically re-rendering it to have it in the right ratios, and it's an expanded version. Needless to say, by the way, everything here is in live. It's not something that we pre-created or anything. And I think it's important because we really, really trust the tools that we work with to actually provide those outcomes. So we have our new image, the expanded image. And let's say we would like to change the image to a different one. Let's see, maybe we can create from the image that we already have, maybe we can create some different creative. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use our image to image. Again, using Gen AI tools, we're going to basically take the image that we just optimized, and we're going to generate variations from it. It's similar to what you know from all the different image creator tools that are out there, Gen AI image creation tools that are out there. Right now, we're going to receive 3 more options for usage. Um, as we can see, there is certain distinction between them, and there is a certain change between them. Again, the option to do the exact same with different approaches really depends on the AI tools that we use. And as the models progress, as the capabilities progress, I'm sure we're going to be able to see much more adapted or much more, let's say, similar but different variations that will be generated. Of course, we can also just click the generate more if we're not happy with a certain image to generate other variations. So in this case, let's say we weren't happy with the first 3, we're going to have another 4 that are generated, and we're going to be able to choose whatever we want. Great. Let's say we want this one. I'm going to save the selection. So now we have our new image as well. That way we always have the original image that we used, and we have, of course, the newly generated image. Once we did that, how about we go ahead, let's let it load for a second. In the meantime, actually, what I do want to show you is also the title generator. So we also have the ability to generate titles, again, AI generated titles. And these have to do with the website that is associated with the current ad that we're creating. In this case, we have outbrain.com. we have the ability to actually decide what the tone that we'd like to use for the newly generated title. So let's go for emotional and gender male and 35 to 54. We can click on the generate titles. And basically what happens is actually based on the website that we are using for the ad, we will get these recommendations. These are all AI generated, and we can of course choose them to add the titles, and we already have them here. And of course, on the left, as you can see, we've already created the different variations for the different titles. So we always have a pure A/B testing methodology to actually approach with it. The next thing that we want to do, and this is a feature that has actually received a lot of great feedback, wonderful feedback, and we're also seeing that the performance with it for specific verticals is very, very high. And this is the image to clip, what we call. So basically, we have the capability to work with Runway and VO2 by Google as third-party generators, and we keep on updating it. By the way, we're very, very close also to having VO3 early API access to work with it as well once Google opens it up for API. And basically what we'll do is we'll take, for instance, let's take the original image that we had. Right now, what we're doing is we're actually telling these AI generators, listen, we have this image, let's create a video out of it. Why create a video? We're seeing across the board, and Benny will get to it in a second, on how the ability to have our creatives move around, even if it's subtle movement, has an extreme impact on the engagement that we see with a specific ad. And that's something that's really, really important to note. We're seeing that in specific verticals even more so than with others, but across the board, we're seeing that these clips are actually creating much more traction. Let's see what we got here. So basically, we have this subtle movement. As you can see, it's zooming in. Each iteration you do can generate a similar but different outcome. So it always still works with the same framework that you provided in the image. But again, sometimes it'll zoom in, sometimes it'll zoom out. And we're seeing, again, high adoption rates for the images. And also, as I said, very, very good performance seeing with it. These are the tools that we wanted to cover today. We're working on many new tools for you going forward. We're also enhancing the existing tools, as I said, moving from VO2 to VO3, enhancing the models for Runway ML, for Imagen, in order to make sure that the output that you get from the creatives that you actually upload is always a great output. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you very much, Benny. I am stopping.
Before you stop sharing, Aviv, I just want to mention two more things like this is like a great demo. Two things that you guys can see. There's an AI watermark on every AI generated content. So it's very important for us to be transparent about what is AI and what is not. And this is one of the things that so we are sharing, and people will see that also when they read the article. So when they read the article, they see the ad, they will understand that the image is AI generated or the clip is AI generated. So they won't think like it's a real one if there's an issue like that. That's one thing. And the other one is that I don't know how many of you guys know, but I know this is something that is sometimes dropped and people don't know about it. The ability that Aviv just showed about creating both clip and image together in the same campaign is something that Aviv, maybe you want to expand about that. But this is like you create a clip campaign and you can add a clip and an image to that, which will allow you to reach both audiences and both supply that can serve also clip and native, standard native. And this is something, Aviv, do you want to, you have the
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's actually a great point. Honestly, we didn't we didn't plan this in advance to talk about this, but it's a great touching point because we are seeing that there is a very, very clear difference in performance when it comes to running solo standard campaigns, what we call static images. So basically, when you're running a campaign, a standard campaign, you're running just with images. Then you have a clip campaign where you're running only clips, and we're seeing that the best outcomes in terms of the CPAs, CTRs, and the overall performance of a campaign, the sweet spot is actually with a mixed campaign. How do you achieve that mixed campaign? When you set up the campaign, instead of choosing the standard, you choose a clip campaign, but do not use, or not do not, you can, but the best practice here is to upload to that clip campaign also standard ads. So you have that mix that Benny talked about, clips and standard ads in the same campaign, and it allows us for much more, it allows also the algo for much more dynamics in how it actually serves the ads. And we are seeing really much better performance and also the longevity of the campaign. We're seeing that the campaigns that are mixed generally tend to live for longer days, require sometimes less refreshing of the ads and the rest less refreshing of the creatives. So it's a good point, Ben. Thank you for that.
Sure.
I'll stop this screen share and you can
Yeah,
proceed.
I'll go back to the presentation. So some best practices. This is some best practices in general for creative automation and also in general about creative. We recommend to launch your campaigns with at least 5 images and title options. So you'll have 5 different variations. So we can actually pick the one that works best. It allows our algorithm to learn faster and to find the right ad for you. And now, as Aviv showed, like you can do that with your original image. You only need one, and you can create a variation on that, and also create a clip campaign that has both your original image, and you don't need to have anyone to create for you the clip, and we do that for you. So this is the way to go. Create a variation, not too many, at least 5, but don't increase it to 20. Okay, like 5 to 10 is a sweet spot. Sweet spot. Second point that I want to talk about is you should monitor your performance in terms of the